Background music and ambience brought to you in part by Midnight Syndicate. Music for the imagination and the perfect musical accompaniment for the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In a world that is not what it seems, and where people are not whom they appear to be, where puns run rampant through the streets, and it's hard to tell who the real monsters are. Three villains work to tear the world of Euphrae asunder, and to find new ways to terrorize Tim and Terry. Welcome to A Fool's Quest, Villains. Now, let's join the drow rogue Ayda, the gladiator bard Francis the Lion, and the rogue warlock Hesh von Eggars, as they conspire together to thwart the progress of those gag-me fools. Beware, there be villains here.
And we are back. Okay. So, Francis the Lion, you just finished combat in the arena. Ayda, you made bank stealing from a bunch of drunk assholes. And Hesh, you are one of the drunk assholes.
Well, all right.
So, the fight just ended, and Albert walks back out into the middle of the ring with the hanging bell microphone-looking thing and goes ding, 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 ding. And then we have a winner, Francis the Lion. Wins tonight's contest.
Yes, I do. It was never in doubt.
You hear the crowd start to, murmur. Most of them are because they all lost a bunch of money.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
This
You
guy
hear
boo-booing.
one lowly woo from the back, and and you look over, I assume, to see Hesh with vomit all over himself.
Vomit dripping and a thumbs up holding your bagpipe. Yeah!
Yeah.
You done did it, boy!
And you, Francis, are holding a peg leg in your hand. A peg leg in your left hand. You've got the whip that you just let go of that was cutting off circulation around peg leg Pauly's neck as he passes out onto the ground. And for your victory, what do you do?
Do you still have my bagpipes?
Yeah. Holding it in my left hand.
Hesh! Pipes!
All right, then! I'm going to, hobble over and try and toss them. I'm not going to hand them to you. I'm just going to toss them to you.
Oh.
Because my judgment's not there.
Careful with those. It's valuable musical.
Not really a lofty item to be chucking.
Well, and I wasn't holding it very well either, just by, the neck of the windpipe part.
I'm going to do my best to catch it gently. And, play a song.
All right. What does this ditty sound like?
I think I'm going to play a dirge.
Okay.
A really sad song.
Okay. To your fallen pirate friends.
Yes.
My pirate pals.
Pauly, this one goes to you. Because you'll be mourning this leg in the morning.
He's snoring.
Okay, so by the rules of the singing quail and the fighting ring, you get to keep that peg leg that you stole from Pauly. And so I am sure you want to know what it is.
Yes, indeed.
It is the pulsing pirate peg leg. And the thing that it does, because the best thing about having a podcast is the letter P and making the popping noises, so I figured I would put as many P's in one episode as possible. The pulsing pirate peg leg from Peg Leg Pauly is a The peg leg does not have to be worn to be used, but it must be activated with a verbal command while being touched by the caster. When activated, the peg leg begins to pulse and then can cast the spell Pulse Wave. Pulse Wave, which you saw during combat, is a force spell that does 66 damage and requires a Constitution save. I believe Constitution is what it was.
Yep.
And on a failed save does half as much damage, or on a failed save does 100% damage, on a save does half as much damage. And it goes in a cone, kind of hits everyone. You can't really select. The Pulsing Pirate Peg Leg can hold up to 3 charges.
From who?
From Peg Leg Pauly.
All right, just make sure.
Can hold up to 3 charges and has a 50% chance to charge only 1 charge every day at sunrise. So every day you roll 50% or high-low or whatever, and it has a chance to get 1 charge back out of the things that it has. On it right now, it's got 1 charge left on it and 2 empty spaces because he fired 1 at you. If the caster has Pulse Wave prepared as a spell in their active spell list, the peg leg has a 100% chance to recharge 1 charge at sunrise. And it looks like a peg leg off a pirate named Pauly.
Like a leather girdle situation.
Yes. And it is yours. So a lot of people begin filing out of the basement. They are not getting their winnings because they didn't win. So they leave. Albert kind of stands behind 2 bigger guys. Actually, one's a big guy. One is the half-orc from the door. She had come downstairs. And they kind of stand guarding the winnings. Once the room kind of clears out, Albert will take and put 10 gold in Pegleg Pauly's pocket because he lasted 2 rounds. He lasted 2 the 3rd round. And then he walks over to you guys and to 2 other people, so 5 altogether, and he starts doing the payouts. So 300 gold for each person.
Who are these other 2 people?
Just people who bet on Francis.
Thank you, Albert. Profitable evening for you?
Very profitable.
When do I get paid for upstairs?
Oh, yes. He pulls another 25 gold out and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. I gotta find that flautist. Well, he was supposed to be playing tonight. I don't know where he went.
I saw him leave.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to seduce the door woman.
The door woman's right by you. She gives you a glare, but she doesn't say anything because she just saw you fight someone, and she's a little intimidated by you. A little turned on.
Wink.
Can I stretch I'm going to stretch the copper wire.
Okay.
Point at Ayda and whisper into my hand, that's 600 gold. And I'm going to be looking at the other 2. I'm drunk. I make all sorts of decisions.
Well, Ayda hears you, but she apparently doesn't acknowledge. She's off to bed. Okay, Albert says, are you 3... The other 2 starts heading toward the stairs to go back up. But Albert says, are you 3 still planning on taking rooms here for the evening?
Yeah.
Player knowledge, do we know of any other inns?
Well, you know that he said there was a nicer tavern.
It's true.
But that's all you know so far.
I think, judging by the amount of losers there were tonight, this might not be the best place for us to stay. So we'll be back for sure. You've earned our custom, and, well, you shall have it, but not this evening.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll see you out then. So the 2 bodyguard-looking people usher you 3 of the last remaining people in the basement, usher you toward the stairs to get the fuck out. And get the fuck out you do.
Yes.
As you guys go upstairs, Albert offers, there is another inn. It's just down the road, about 1 block, called the Tickling Pony. 'Cause I needed another P word.
Prickling pony.
I didn't want to call it the prancing pony. I figured there might be some
Trademark
situations.
Prideful pony.
A prideful
Tickle.
pony,
Yeah,
yes.
We can't use copyright.
The tickling pony.
The tickling pony. Dang, I should have said tinkling pony.
It's gone forever. You you as the DM can never make that correction.
No
Nope.
edit.
No edits.
The pissing pony. That's what I've decided.
The pissing pony.
Yes, that's a classier establishment here in town than the singing quail.
That's the classy one.
All right, so off you guys go to the pissing pony.
All right, we did it.
So you guys leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the two people that made all that money goes upstairs to the rooms. He's staying at the Singing Quail. The other left the door that you guys left and started walking down the street in the direction of the pissing pony.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Sir turns around.
You're welcome. Wink.
Thanks, Francis the lion. I will remember that name
I'm
going
sure
forward.
you shall.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And I you.
He takes over a handful of 5 or 6 gold. We'll say 6 gold. He says, "Yeah, a tip for your hard earn or for a hard work tonight."
Yes.
And hands it off to you. So another 6 gold.
Thank you.
You got injured in that battle.
I did.
What does that look like? Like, what state are you in? So Hesh is hammered. Ayda put some makeup on to switch to Ima and is now back to Ayda. So she's kind of like a little bit of a mess. and you got injured. So
Yeah, I'm pretty beat up, really. 27 out of 57, so not in great shape. Some bruises from the pulse wave.
Okay. Yeah. So
Maybe a bloody nose a little bit.
yeah, bloody nose, fat lip. It pushed your lip and nose and smashed like your face with a pulse wave. Not anything to break anything, but definitely bloodied up a little bit around the face.
Yeah.
And you are walking with bagpipes in one hand and a pirate's peg leg in the other.
Yes.
All right. So you guys make it down to the pissing pony. And you walk in. It's still open, and there is someone playing a harp on the stage.
Classy.
Yeah, a little bit nicer establishment here. And you see Kharl sitting at the bar in the harp room, which is just really a small room. It's got like 2 long benches across the walls, but it's not like a tavern style, full on, get rowdy, have a bunch of tables. It's kind of like there's a room for sitting and eating and a room for the harp that's playing that has a bar there. So that's where Kharl is.
Shall we join Kharl?
Well, he pays us, so I think we probably should.
Yes, let's join
At
Kharl.
least check in. So head over to Kharl.
Okay. So you guys...
I do want to keep an eye on where that guy went with that delicious coin purse.
Okay, he started making his way upstairs to the bedrooms there as well.
Okay.
So yeah, he's staying for the night.
Okay.
You guys make your way into Kharl.
Wow. Holy shit.
Didn't take any effort. We just...
We're in there.
It's like the weirdest Eiffel Tower.
Before we do, I think I'm going
It's a
to
suspension
cure
bridge.
wounds myself
Okay.
a little bit. 12. Like, cure wounds just really doesn't cure that many wounds.
Yeah, what's crazy is Cure Wounds doesn't do a lot, but a long rest, heals you so much in this game.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
So, for me, for long rests in this game, you roll how many hit dice you have, and that's how much you heal, which is less than what the game...
Yeah, the game just is, a long
Like-
rest is all of it.
Yep, you get all of it. I think it's better to say your hit dice is what you get.
Same.
Okay, so you guys will walk into the room that Kharl is in, and he gives you all a once-over, and he's holding a fine glass of wine in his hand, and he says, "Damn, what happened to you 3?
Oh, we were just entertaining down at the other tavern.
We won.
I bet you did.
None for me, thanks.
You got little wisps of stuff coming out of your sleeve."
And I'm just gonna look at my hand. Imagine Pirates of the Caribbean with Captain Jack Sparrow, but in a very English, 1800s regalia. And so he looks very disheveled, but noble, but then he's also going to be belligerently looking at his hand wide-eyed and stumbling around for a quick second.
Shaking it. Get it.
Yeah.
I did not reserve rooms for you guys because I wasn't sure if you were staying here tonight, but I did book us passage on a ship tomorrow, so it leaves in the early morning. So if you'd like to get a room, there are still plenty of rooms here and a hot meal here, and there's a bathhouse here, so with a steam room in it. So I think you guys.
Ayda could use a bathhouse.
He looks up and down your regalia with puke all over it.
Yes.
Vomit all over you. And he
Still
says,
holding like the rapier and the dagger.
yeah. And he says, yes, my thoughts were on Ayda.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
For Ayda to have a bath.
Alone, please.
Not again.
She comes out of the bath and then she's like, all right, now Ima needs a bath. You boys hold on.
There's no hot water.
She's got to wash off the stink from all those pirates.
Okay. So you guys, what do you do?
I want a meal. I definitely want to eat.
Yeah, eat and arrange for rooms and a bath.
Okay. So you guys go up to where the innkeeper is chilling, and it's a warforged named Cappy. and he's like,
Hello,
Awesome.
how can I help you?
Amazing.
Hold on, allow me. Click, click, whir, clank, clank.
Good Lord.
I'm
that is-
sorry, I thought that was...
That is racist.
Never mind, carry on.
Like, just, I'm baffled by what I just saw. Like, was at first amazed that he could speak that language, then appalled at what he just saw. Can we get 3 separate rooms, please? All under the name, Eggars.
Yes, each room is 5 gold for the night, and if you want a meal and to use the bathhouse, it is another 5 gold for the night.
All right, I got this one, guys.
Oh, thank you.
all right. So as a warforged, it is a robot-looking metal construct that's got a nice little furnace burning in his chest. His eyes are glowing. That bluish, like top of the flame glow.
If his face could express emotions, he'd look offended.
Instead, his head just heats up a little bit more.
Some steam comes out of his
The metal gets a little bit more red.
Perfect.
Okay, Cappy. His name's Cappy.
Yes.
5 gold for the room, 5 gold for shower and food.
I just did 10 each.
Okay, cool.
Together.
So 10 gold each, and yeah, he walks you. He actually rolls. He's got like little wheels. Backs out.
Again, baffled. Like, first time seeing a Warforged. Like, long time admirer, first time seer. Just here, just glad to be here.
Says,
You all 3 are on the ground floor, because the elevator is out.
and he takes you to your bedrooms, shows you where they all are, and then shows you where the bathhouse is. And he says,
Dinner is over, but I have leftover stew in the kitchen, and I will have it prepared for you and brought out in about 20 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
he turns around and rolls away.
Is Kharl still down in there in the harp room?
Yeah, just listening to the harp, and he's had a book in his hands, but as you guys got close, he had closed it, so he was looking over something and had a drink and was just relaxing.
I'm gonna drop my stuff off in my room, accepting my money and weapons.
Okay. Your key card doesn't work at first. It takes a few swipes.
Son of a...
Hesh, Ayda, your key cards work just fine.
I'm gonna pulse wave it. Not really. I can behave, sorta.
I mean, you don't really have to. It's not the villain's campaign for nothing.
I'm going to get cleaned up first and foremost and drop all my stuff off in the room. All my valuables, essentially. I'm going to get cleaned up. Then I'm going to go to the room and essentially get dressed in my noble clothes.
Okay. For Hesh, your excitement's gone down, adrenaline's gone down, booze kicking in. You're already starting to feel the effects of a hangover. Your head's starting to hurt, back's starting to hurt. You take 1 level of exhaustion for the next day. You other two are fine. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to drop off a few things in my room. I'm going to keep my gold and everything on me and at least one of my weapons. And then while he's getting cleaned up, I will be down with Kharl waiting for my meal.
Now, the weapon you're keeping, are you keeping the slap dagger on you?
Yes.
Okay. So, for the people listening, the slap dagger is a dagger that's magic. As a bonus action, the wielder can slap the dagger on their wrist, and it becomes a colorful bracelet, like those 90s slap things.
Slap bracelet.
Yes.
Yep.
And then as another bonus action, it can be unsnapped from the wrist, and it will become a dagger again. The dagger has +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and is considered a magic weapon. It only has those plus bonuses when it is in dagger form. So,
Excellent.
all right. So yeah,
If you're just hitting someone with a bracelet, it's not magical.
right. Yes.
Backhand.
I'm going to go wait for the food and then eat it and admire the harpist.
Okay. Yeah. The harpist is actually pretty good, and it seems like he's been playing for a while because it's pretty late at night at this point.
Is there anybody else in that room besides the harpist and Kharl and myself and Francis?
There is just another halfling that's in the room, so just a halfling woman who's chilling by the fireplace, enjoying the warmth, listening to the harp.
Excellent. So I just kind of want to chat with Kharl, since I was kind of standoffish the past couple of days traveling with anybody, and kind of recount our adventures at the Singing Quail and watch his responses to our antics and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Try to appear a little bit more friendly.
So, from everything that's happened to Pickton, you sit down and you don't have to recount all of it, but how does this conversation start? So you sit down and he's like, "Good evening, Ayda."
Yeah, hey, Kharl. So, you know Francis the Lion, right?
I've met him.
He's a bit of a boaster. So he got himself into a duel with 2 pirates while we were down there. And it was quite profitable for us, just watching him fight and the bets that were placed on him. And it was just very interesting to watch his tale that precedes him is definitely worth, repeating.
Huh.
It's interesting.
Kharl closes the book again and crosses his leg and sets the book on his lap and says, "Huh. I'm really sad that I missed that, I think."
I think you would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. Plus, if money was to be made, I think I'll, next time Francis finds another place like that, I'll make sure to tag along.
Well, if any time we're in a port with lots of taverns, just be sure it's probably going to happen.
Unfortunately, I don't think Talioke has too many ports, but who knows? Maybe where my master has us going, Daoshe has us going, there might be a port with some fighting arenas thereafter.
How was Kharl's day?
It was not as active as your day, not as exciting, but I did meet a really nice boat captain who was talking to me about gnomes in the area putting brains in robot bodies. So I found that very intriguing, and he let me borrow a book that he found about it. So that's what I've been reading tonight, listening to this lovely harpist and reading about the ins and outs of putting brains in robot bodies. And apparently it's not like the Warforged that work here. It's more like actual brains from people into construct bodies. So interesting. But anyways, booked passage on his boat for tomorrow, so I'm excited for you guys to meet him. But yeah, no, they had some really good stew here that I had, and a pretty relaxing night after our fight in the mountains. It was nice to calm down. Apparently not what you guys thought, but but good for us. So
I'm ready to chow and relax and clean up.
okay, and just as you say that, the Warforged comes back in and sets the stew down on the table, and he goes,
Here is your stew.
and turns around. It rolls away. You hear his furnace a little bit.
Thank you, Cappy.
Yeah, Cappy puts up his robot hand.
1101110.
And, little Warforged middle finger pops up in the air. Boing.
Are they claws or?
The springs activate.
I'm going to scarf my meal down and head to the bathhouse, I guess.
Yeah, so the stew is reheated. You can definitely tell it was reheated, but the bread is still good. Stew is still good. Tastes really good after the whole night's adventures. You all had done some drinking, some fighting, some working, so worked up that appetite for sure. So, yep, you enjoyed that, and you take a bath in the bathhouse. And anything else before you guys call it a night?
No, not for me.
So I am going to disguise myself as a flautist.
Is this a cantrip? How many times can you cast this?
It's my warlock
Thingy.
yeah.
Oh.
I can do mask of many faces.
Oh,
And so it's just disguise self. I can pretty much do it at will.
Okay.
And hold it. And whenever the concentration kind of just goes, I just recast it.
okay.
So yeah, I get to do it. I have Devil Sight as well, which is always. I think I only have 2 right now. I might have 3, but I don't need the other one right now.
Okay. And you disguise yourself as who?
The flautist.
Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
And I'm looking around. I'm trying to investigate. Listen, I'm being sleuthy.
Okay.
Sleuthy as fuck. Because I want to find where my money went. Where'd this guy go? So, what do I see in said hallway, I assume?
Yeah, it's a hallway, a lot
Nice.
like a hotel. So you've got doors on either side of the hallway. But they're not like full-on hotel rooms like you'd imagine them in our world. They're more like broom closets. Like some of them don't even have windows.
But classy broom
But
closets.
classy broom
Right.
closets. Like you can open it up. There's a spot on the floor for a mattress on a pallet, and people stay, crash, get up, and leave in the morning. They're not camping here for a week.
So how many rooms am I looking at?
So there are 8 rooms total,
8
4
rooms.
on each side.
Okay.
This is upstairs. So
Okay.
you guys are down on the main floor. Upstairs there are 8 rooms total. 3 of them are taken. So 5 of them are open.
Like the doors are open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can tell. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to the first one that's closed.
Okay.
And I'm going to knock on the door. And I'm going to say, housekeeping! Just like that. Like not too loud.
Okay.
But through into the door.
Okay. Woman opens the door and just a crack and peeks out at you. And she says, I didn't call housekeeping.
You're absolutely right. And then I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm
Click.
going
She
to
shuts
knock
the
on the door and go, housekeeping!
Okay, so second time the door opens, and it is the dude from the wherever. So he's standing there in just a fancy loincloth with hearts on it, and it's his mom on the butt,
Okay.
stitched in there.
I'm holding the rod.
Okay,
In my hand, and it's kind of like a broom, and I'm going to kind of push my way in, not aggressively, but assertively.
Okay.
Like a mother coming in to clean your room,
okay,
and hopefully be able to kind of like close the door behind me, like very quickly, like slam it behind me, and act like I'm about to get to work.
so he's like, whoa, hey, I didn't call for housekeeping.
And as soon as the door closes, I want to turn around and pushing the rod up into his neck against the wall and trying to lift him up a little bit, and just enough to where I can feel that resistance, and then clicking it so that he's pinned.
Okay, if you let go of it,
He could, if he knew how it worked, grab onto it and click it.
right?
If it's pinning him to the wall,
It doesn't
however
levitate
you-
though when you let
no,
go
it
of it.
does.
Okay,
So
okay.
like wherever you place it in in the air or wherever,
it just stays
there. Yeah.
Okay, and he failed his roll, so he does not notice how it works.
Awesome. So yeah, it's, and I imagine this, and tell me, if I'm wrong. I imagine this where he's barely lifted off of his little tooties, so he can still, he's touching the ground. It's not like I picked him up off the ground, but like just enough for it to be uncomfortable.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go through his person and try and find it.
Okay, so we will say, so he's just wearing the like boxers with the hearts on them. And mom on the butt.
The little loincloth.
Yeah, the little loincloth.
Well then, sorry.
Toss the room.
Yeah, I need to read your room. I didn't realize.
Are you that drunk?
Listen, I'm not really drunk anymore. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Just fucking exhausted.
One level of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks.
I am going to pull the short sword and have it right at his sternum.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, don't move. Don't move at all.
No problem.
Yeah. Where's your coin purse? Like, smile, like grinning ear to ear the whole time.
But as the flute player.
Yep.
As the flautist.
Yep.
Okay. In my pants.
Where are your pants?
On the floor.
Oh my god. Totally Chandler Lane from Friends right now. Just, whoa! Where are they? With my feet, just searching for it real quick, keeping an eye on them, and then ultimately like reaching down to grab the pants, and then like popping back up and keeping an eye on him while I search the pants.
Okay. Yeah, so you do that, and you find a coin purse with gold in it.
Is it a hefty amount? Is it, say, 300 gold amount?
It feels pretty hefty.
Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm going to put it in there, and then I'm going to walk up to him, still with the sword, press at him. I'm going to grab onto the rod and deactivate it, and then I'm going to put it away, open the door, and I'm going to say, you can find me at the Singing Quail if you want to settle up. And I'm just still smiling, ear to ear, and then I'm going to back out of the room and like stow the sword and close the door and book it.
Okay. So as you said that, he kind of came back down on his heels because he was tiptoeing.
Okay.
And was gasping. And then you shut the door and you book it for the stairs. Just as you hit the stairs, you hear him open up the door to chase after you.
Out the front door. I'm gone. Like
Okay.
I'm going out and trying to lose him around the corner of the building.
Okay, so you run downstairs. The Warforged sees you. The harp player sees you.
Just a big smile and a wave. Like open mouth, showing teeth, just smile and wave. And as I run by.
All right, you run by, and the Warforged is like,
Who was that guy?
He's a flautist. He's probably upset about the talent your harpist has.
Intriguing. You stop speaking to me, racist.
I'm sorry. Beep boop, beep beep boop.
My mother was half Warforged.
almost naked dude comes running downstairs in just his boxers and comes barreling out the door after you. And Warforged looks back over the harp player and is like,
I think I remember that guy.
and he busts out the door, and he's looking around to see if he can see the flautist.
If able, I would have liked to have gone around the corner of the building into the alleyway or the whatever the closest thing to that would be, change back to myself, and then walk back out, acting like someone brushed past me.
Yeah. No, that's doable. Yeah. I mean, you're sweaty, you're breathing heavy, you're panting, but yeah, I mean,
But your breath still smells like vomit. So.
Right.
you look completely different.
I washed up. I had Listerine in the bathhouse. I'm pretty sure it was Listerine. I don't know. Somebody gave me some stuff.
Hey, unless they're going to sponsor this podcast, they are blistering.
Listerine. Some generic mouthwash.
The green stuff.
It's the telescope.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a weird look of a naked guy just standing out in the middle of everything, and I'm just going to walk past him like, what's your deal?
He is like swinging his head around looking, and he stops you. He's like, hey, buddy, where's this?
Don't touch me.
The Singing
what do you
Quail.
mean?
That's the place that I was just at earlier, right? You were there,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it was down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Goes barreling off down the road towards
What the damn hell? Then I'm gonna walk into the. I'm rich. Okay.
Pissing pony.
No, you,
Go sit by Kharl and hope that my food's gonna come soon.
yeah, your food's already there.
Nice.
It's cold.
I don't care. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna go to bed soon.
You're drunk as shit. You don't care.
Exhausted.
You are exhausted.
Was it just 300 or?
It was 362 gold.
Woo!
It's a very profitable evening
Yes, indeed.
just to get robbed on the SeaLab. Oh, I mean. All right, you guys do anything else before bed?
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat and then go have a bath and cure wounds myself again just to make sure.
Okay. All right, so you do that for rest. Did you guys recover hit points from the mountains yet?
I'm at full.
Okay.
I don't think I took damage from that fight.
I don't
Okay.
think I did either.
Okay.
I think
cool.
you were the only one. I think you were melee, I believe, with your
Yes.
rapier, trying to
Yes, I
fight some
was.
rocks.
So, Francis, you recover the amount of hit dice you have, so 7, I assume, or 6 or 7, whatever your level is. So you make a roll of that, and whatever your roll is what you come up with.
18, 21. So that'll get me there.
And everybody gets 1 inspiration.
Nice. Full night's rest gets rid of exhaustion still, correct?
No, you're going to be exhausted the next day because you're actually going to be hung over the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You did a lot of drinking.
Yes.
I'm here for this.
What do I do
this
for
is
the
the quality
inspiration?
content
Oh,
that I'm here for.
got it.
Yep. So essentially, inspiration works that if you make a roll and it's not a good roll, you can spend your inspiration to remake the roll, to redo it.
Gotcha.
So you guys wake up the next morning. Hesh, I know you like to be early, but you wake up just on time with that hangover. Just
It's frustrating,
Looming.
but it is what it is.
Francis, your lip is more swollen this morning than when you went to bed.
Ooh, you get to talk with the lisp.
But outside of that, you're feeling pretty. I mean, you're pretty, healed up for the most part. Your nose isn't sore, nothing like that. And Ayda, are you coming downstairs as Ayda or as Ima?
We're already downstairs. We're on the ground floor.
No, I meant after. Well, shut up.
Are you going to continue
The
to
elevator's
be
up.
on the ground floor?
Never mind.
No,
give me
well-
that inspiration back.
No, I'll just be Ayda.
Okay. All right, so you guys come downstairs and you meet Kharl downstairs. He actually shows up after Ayda and Francis, but still pretty early before Hesh. And once you guys are all there, he's like, is there anything else you guys need to do before we head down to the dock and meet up with Captain Murphy?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think
Sounds
I'm
like
all
a
right.
Good
Right.
idea.
Well, let's...
No, I've already pawned my diamond off to Ima.
For the podcast, she did air quotes.
You guys take off down to the dock, and you see a nice-sized ship with Captain Murphy. He is standing at the ramp up to the boat.
Gangplank.
Gangplank. Yes.
A lot of planks happening today.
Lots of planking.
Planking!
So he's standing there, and he says, "Hey, welcome aboard the SeaLab."
Thank you.
What an amazing vessel you have here. She's beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you.
A little bit quieter though, if you would. Just a little bit.
Thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Anyway. So, is this all you guys have for gear? We've got some chests down. Your person who booked the travel for us said that you guys wanted to rent Pod 6 to keep your stuff in, so you can take your stuff on down and throw it in Pod 6.
Pod 6. Total suck pod.
Like hammers on metal. Why is it so loud and so bright? Scrunched face, not looking at anybody.
Outside of that, my guys will show you to the quarters. Quick couple things for you guys. So, I talked to Kharl. He said that he was going to have a conversation with you guys about the sea hags. Carl's like, I haven't had that conversation with them yet. I'll have that conversation with them right now.
Sea hags.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
Captain Murphy's like, all right, well, I'll let you guys do it, but that's on you. He goes back up into the...
Can you describe Captain Murphy for me?
Oh, yeah. He's an older man. He's got gray hair. He's pretty thin, wearing an all-blue captain suit. And, yeah, I mean, he's got clean-shaven face. He's really pale skin for somebody who's on a pirate ship, or on a boat, a transportation boat all day. Not a pirate ship.
So it's all
on
about
the
more.
side. On the side, it says definitely not a pirate ship.
Yeah.
The Jolly Roger just says not pirates.
They were in the middle of like lifting it up, and they're like, back down. So yeah.
Damn it, Sparkman's Prime.
Yeah, he goes back up, trudging back up the gangplank, and mumbling that his cabin is his own, and he will not be lending it out to anyone, regardless of how much gold they have. And he makes his way back up to the ship. And so Kharl says, all right, look, guys, they said they didn't want to ship out right now because they've already lost crew to some sea hag attacks that happened. And then they hired on some assassins that attacked some other passengers. So they've been here in Pickton for a little while after their last shipment. They said they were waiting for a gnome job. I think I told you a little bit about this before for the gnomes, but no gnomes have come to the area. I've convinced them.
Normally you have to pay extra for the gnome job. You know what I mean? Normally that's...
We can make sure this gnome job has a happy ending.
Hesh is paying.
He did it!
So I told him that if he sets off now and we go over to Telioak, that if there are any sea hag attacks, we would assist with that. So he says, on the northern side of the Vulcan Straits is where we're going to see the majority of the sea hag attacks. There's no pirates, nothing like that right now. This time of year, sea hags are just...
I think it's pronounced Chag.
Chag.
Anyway.
So, yeah, it's their mating season, I guess. So they're just out here roaming around the waters. So I told him that if anything would come up, we would either take care of it or we would help set up the ship in case it happens. And he agreed to take us straight south from Pickton to, he says he knows a place on right off the shore, not on a major city, but a place where they can dock and do honest work. That would lead us to a path that would take us up Mount Valkyrius to the city of Telioak. So, are you guys all on board with that?
Yes, I suppose so. And the Clab here seems like a fine vessel.
Yes, the SeaLab is a very fine vessel.
I would be happy to assist. Sounds
Okay.
like fun.
I'm just appreciative you're so quiet. You're doing great.
Hesh, how'd you sleep?
God. What? Like, through his squinting, sees a little bit of the black tendrils kind of coming out of her boot. And just, oh, God.
Well, how about some music?
Where'd you get that feel? Why?
Okay, so are you guys
We're good.
All right,
Good
so
to
you
go.
guys hop on board. He shows you the rooms that you're staying in, which is not the captain's rooms. Yeah, you guys set out after about an hour. They finish loading up, and you guys are good to go. So you head out on the waters. It's going to take you about 3 days to travel. So what I am going to let you guys do is everything that's on the boat is pretty typical boat stuff. But I want you guys to all roll an Arcana or a history check to find out what you know about sea hags. And Tony, I want you to make a check on a 50% check to see if you recharge one of your pulse waves for your leg.
Is high recharge or low recharge?
We should establish that before you roll.
So let me re-roll that. And low recharge?
I mean, he didn't
Okay.
answer you yet, so he could have just answered you and would have told him.
Low, 35.
Okay.
And then 19 for the Arcana.
So you get a recharge back on your leg. And as far as the sea hags go, you know pretty much everything about them. So they have a horrific appearance that requires people to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed throw, they would be frightened. You also know about them that they have a gross claw attack that they need to be pretty close to you to do. They have a death glare, and they have an illusory appearance, which they can cover themselves in anything they're wearing or carrying with a magical illusion that allows them to look like an ugly creature of her general size and humanoid shape. The effect ends if they take a bonus action to end it or if they die. They live in dismal, polluted underwater layers surrounded by marrow and other aquatic monsters. Beauty drives a sea hag to fits of anger, which the SeaLab is a very beautiful vessel with very beautiful art on it. So they hate it.
So I definitely should bring out Ima.
Yes. And when confronted with something beautiful, the hag may simply attack it or deface it. If something beautiful gives hope, a sea hag wants to cause despair. If it inspires courage, it wants to cause fear. It's ugly inside and out, with slimy scales covering their pallid skin, and a sea hag's hair resembles seaweed and covers their emaciated body. Yep. You know everything about it because you rolled really, really fucking well.
Do you tell us? Because I definitely rolled an 8,
Yes.
and I just know stories.
I shall definitely tell you guys. So these chags, they hate beauty, so protect me. But they're likely to attack the ship because it's quite lovely as well, this clad. Anyway, yeah, they're trying to find mates right now, and they live underwater and hate anything beautiful because they're evil. Or whatever.
Fucking perfect.
Something like that.
Sums it up.
Yes, they're likely to have minions as well. Other aquatic monsters, but
Sounds gross. And made up. I'm just going to say that right now.
I don't believe in sea hags.
They're probably just mermaids. This is stupid.
oh yes,
I'm down to kill some mermaids.
Speaking
I
of,
don't
they will change their appearance, so they're not going to look like chags. They're going to look like, I don't know.
So they could be
women
any
or
one of
something.
us.
I suppose. But,
Shall we begin the Inquisition?
Well, depending on how big they are.
I don't know. You're the expert. You tell me, beautiful boy.
just regular size.
A regular size. There's plenty of regular size people on this sea level.
Clearly not Kharl.
I don't know. I can make myself somewhat short.
Okay. This ought to be fun.
Okay, so you guys can either do one of two things. You can either prep the ship to make it less appealing for a sea hag attack, and we will do a travel montage for the next 3 days while aboard, or you can prep the ship to do battle with the sea hags, and when they attack, you can fight them off.
I want to murder a mermaid.
Fair enough.
I was going to say, depending on how Hesh is feeling, if he's still feeling sick when we get out on
Well,
sea,
we have-
he could start puking everywhere.
We have 3 days.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
could be, and I'm not sure how many abilities I need to do.
I'm not going to be
fight.
very helpful in this fight, just so you guys know.
Did you have like an emotional tie to him, or?
No, I'm just saying.
Listen, I went to high school with them. I can't just go killing chags
They're
right
evil.
and left.
I don't. Yeah, I'm down to fight. So if we want to make this baby shine, let's make it shine.
So Carl's like, is that what we're planning on doing then?
Let's kill a mermaid.
We're going to make this place look prettier so that they attack, and then we kill them.
What do you think Murphy will pay us to do that?
Passage to where we're going.
Yeah, I think he'll probably waive our passage fees.
All right, let's do it.
It was kind of expensive to book this trip. When the captain doesn't want to go somewhere, they typically don't want to go somewhere.
Yes.
Especially when they know a secret rendezvous point to port. All right. Well,
Did you say that he had assassins on board right now?
No,
or before?
previously.
All right. Assassins.
Did anybody watch Crossing Swords?
Not yet. No, I have it on my queue.
It's pretty funny.
Okay, so you guys come up to board. Captain Murphy introduces you to 2 of his team that's there. That's it. One is Stormy Waters. and the other is Spurks. So there's Spurks and Stormy. And they're both really nice guys.
They're gonna die in the first wave.
Stormy is the navigator. So he goes like up in the bird's nest thing and
Crow's
look
nest.
out. Crow's nest, thank you. Pirate stuff. I mean, not pirate stuff. Totally legit.
Totally above board,
Yeah.
just regular sailing things.
Nothing crazy is happening here. Nothing crazy at all. So Sturmy does that, and then Spurks is the actual
Helmsman.
helmsman. Thank you,
I'm here for
pilot,
it.
the wheel guy.
Pilot.
So he's the race car driver. And
Goose, no!
I've got an idea.
and that's it. That's all he really introduces you to. Everybody else is out doing their normal stuff. So he shows you guys where your rooms are. He shows you where Pod 6 is. It's a shithole for you guys to put like your bagpipes if you wanted to, or something else. Your cabins are. It's really one room that's got bunks on either side of the room. So like essentially, you all four are going to sleep in the same cabin. But it's only a 3-day trip. And he shows you where the poop deck is. He shows you what other things are on a boat.
The galley?
The
galley. That's
This
like
is
the
the
kitchen,
stern.
but bow.
This is
Yes.
the bow,
Yes.
and this is the port side.
Captain Murphy does not bow to you.
So what do
Give 'em
the
time.
fellas look like? Are they handsome men?
Yeah, they are handsome men. You
I've
see
got an idea.
a couple pretty women walking around too.
Oh,
You're pretty sure that you hear somebody called Debbie, and then another person called Debbie, but you're not sure.
Was that one a male though?
Nope, both
B
female.
Debbie.
One's a Debbie, one's a Deborah.
All right, so off to the montage. While you
going to
guys
bed.
hit on the waters, Hesh probably hides in his cabin
Yeah.
while you guys wander about and adventure. And here's a good place to take a break.
Nice.
so I've got an idea.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest. Villains.
He's biting me.
Yeah, he thinks you'll feed him.
Why does he do that?
He's an asshole.
It's great.
Yeah, he's the worst. He actually designs all the dungeons for you guys. Stupid cat. All right. Moving on.